Man explains why Gen Z hates America. Let's see what he has to talk about, and I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna say some stuff. I'm just a normal Brazilian dude.
Can somebody explain to me in crayon eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live? And I do not want to hear the pull yourself up from your bootstraps, work 90 hours a week. That's not the goal, guys. That's not. That should not be our
Damn,
standard.
he's mad.
I am so fucking tired of people being complacent with this uniparty, both of them fucking us over. When my parents were my age, they both made less than half of what I make, and they lived alone. I cannot afford to live anywhere alone. A 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800. 2-bedroom apartment, $2,200.
Damn, this price is kind of high.
Who the fuck can afford that? It is embarrassing to come out and say that it is a struggle to survive right now, but I know so many people are struggling. And do not get me started on what my grandparents were doing. They, $3,000 house. And yes, I understand inflation and all of the bullshit that they have been pulling with the Fed. Why are we allowing it? Why? And then I clock out of my shift. I am tired. I have to go home. And I check the news. Another 60 fucking billion to a country nobody can point out on a map.
Damn.
What are we doing?
Mad.
Where has the plot gone? We have lost it, folks. We have fucking lost it. The American dream is dead. It is over. Gone and forgotten.
I'm about to go on a little rant.
Oh, okay. It has another dude over here. I didn't know about that. Let me pull me back to here, so you guys can see. Let me see what this dude has to say. And I'm gonna say something too.
So if you have the attention span of a chicken sandwich, this is your cue to skip to the next clip. My mom had my brother at 15, and then she had me at 18. A single mom with 2 kids. She moved to Minnesota. She met a man who had kids. They got married and gave their life to God, and this man worked his ass off to get us from the projects into the middle class. And when I say his ass, I mean his whole ass. I'm talking about waking up at 5 a.m. to walk 3 miles to work in Minnesota. That kind of work your ass off. So I'm a very pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of guy, because that
What is that, dude? What the fuck was this kind of ad, brother? Come on, YouTube.
To come in, buy 25% of the single-family homes in America, boost up the prices, charge exorbitant amounts of rent, tell Gen Z that they're basically never going to be able to afford a home, and then act surprised when they start turning into communists. The percentage of single-family homes in America that was owned by companies and corporations pre-COVID was 5%. Now it's 25%. And you know the solution that they tried to push to Gen Z? Tiny homes. Don't nobody want to live in an $80,000 shed with plumbing. People want enough space for a family. And the craziest part is nobody's talking about the death of the middle class. It seems like the right's focused on Israel and the left is focused on identity politics. And when they do talk about classes, it's never the middle class because it's not polarizing enough to get votes. So it's always tax cuts for the rich or more welfare programs for the poor. They never talk about the middle class.
It's kind of crazy because all countries are having problem with extremists. Sometimes English is just difficult. It's so polarized. One party is way right, another party is way left. It's no in between. My philosophy, I am nobody, okay, guys, but my philosophy is equilibrium. You have to be, good and bad at the same time, left and right, up and down. It has to be balanced. The planets are orbiting the first, I will swear, but they are orbiting the sun with equilibrium. Everything universe, is equilibrium, and we don't have this. Here in Brazil, is the same thing. One party is way right, another party is way left, and nobody can talk, nobody can have a conversation, nobody can do anything. And who are in charge are the same. They are no right, they are no left. They want just your money. The population are fighting, and the politics, the rich people are just getting richer. and we are fighting each other. It don't fucking make sense. Don't fucking make sense. When I go to talk to the right part, they call me communist. I go to talk about the left part, they call me fascist. So I'm both. How? They don't try to have a mutual conversation, or I don't know. That's why the democracy is failing apart, because we are so polarized that democracy is not even working, because it's 50-50. We are fought. We're gonna civil war, maybe. I don't fucking know. But all the world are that, and the countries who are this will sound very bad, but the truth, I don't know the truth, but I'm just a fucking normal dude from Brazil. But yeah, the countries who are how can I say? Let me give an example. China, they don't have democracy. You all guys know, but they are involved because the politics from China, they care about China. They don't care about the poor people. They care about China. China is number one for them. It's different in Brazil. Brazil is not number one. They don't care. The rich people just send the good stuff here from Brazil to the other countries. We don't have good stuff here. How can I say that? Meat in Brazil is very expensive, but we send to all world. China is different. China, everything is cheap to them. They are investing in infrastructure. Fuck, sometimes English is just difficult. But they are investing in their own country. Here in Brazil, we don't fuck care. The police don't fuck care. The population don't fuck care. They wanna fight. They wanna carnival. In Brazil, is fighting about politics, and no one knows nothing about politics, me included. And we want to party. We're gonna be no one in Brazil. if we keep doing what we're doing, just fighting each other and let the politics, get more richer.
And it's such a divide and conquer tactic, and if you look, you can see it. Everybody's talking about what group they identify with, and nobody's talking about the fact that the middle class can barely afford food. And let's just be honest, our government on both sides is no longer working for the best interest of the people. They're working towards the best interest of the people that make them millionaires and their campaign donors. You can't tell Gen Z that they gotta work a full-time job, drive Uber Eats in their spare time, and they're never gonna be able to afford a home because they're gonna get outbidded by a corporation, and expect them to believe in capitalism. It's just not gonna work.
It's a daily reminder that these are the people that actually decide basically everything on behalf of the entire country, where our money gets spent, how much we pay in taxes, whether or not TikTok gets banned, what's considered freedom, what's not. These people probably don't even know how to attach a PDF file to an email. These people probably don't even know how to connect their phone to the Wi-Fi. These people haven't worked a real fucking job in probably 30 years. And also keep in mind that once you get voted into one of these political positions, you get paid at minimum like $200,000 for the rest of your life. So they can just sit in Congress, do absolutely nothing, and just age gracefully, in quotation marks. The worst part about elderly people being in political power is that they're not even going to have to live through the decisions that they are making on behalf of everyone else. They'll be gone by the time actual real consequences come from their actions that they're deciding on right now. It just makes me sick. And if you look down there,
It's not even about being a elder, We have a lot of elders, they care about the country and everything, but it's more deeper than just be a old dude. It's way deeper. They have families who has money, all of them has friends, families, they are rich. They have the power in the politics and they have power in the money. So it's way darker than just be a elder dude.
See a single person that looks like they are even at the age of 40. Every single one of these people is 60 plus, and there's a reason for that.
Now that we talked about Gen Z, let's talk about the boomers for a little bit. And this rant is inspired by one of my favorite comedians,
I hate that.
The boomers are extremely selfish and condescending, and they've convinced themselves that the only reason they prospered is because of hard work. They started with the sexual revolution to rebel against their parents, and then those hippies turned into capitalists and materialists. And to be honest, the sexual revolution wasn't even a rebel, it was just a selfish desire to indulge in sex. And because they came from strong nuclear families, many of them ended up getting married. They bought houses for $30,000, and they love to brag about how that house is now worth $500,000. They got all the benefits of the nuclear family, and then they taught their kids they don't need family, they just need a Ferrari. Now they're hogging up all the real estate and all the positions of power. People who haven't worked for 30 years are making decisions on middle-class people that gotta work for every day. They refuse to acknowledge the fact that their grandkids can't afford a $400,000 three-bedroom home, and instead of helping them with their positions of power, they want to line their own pockets. It's absolute insanity. Their whole generational identity is wrapped around the idea that hard work pays off, and that's because they lived in a time where one person could work a job and afford a home. They refuse to acknowledge the fact that the world is different, mostly because of their decisions. We need young, ambitious leaders that are going to be alive for the next 20 years to help us make decisions on what's going to happen in the next 20 years.
Here's a bag of bushings. This bag of bushings, stamped out by machinists, don't need a high school diploma. It's not anything high tech about this. All of this bag is compliant with the FAA specifications. How much do you think the Air Force pays for this bag of bushings?
I don't know, Congressman.
$90,000. This is a $90,000 bag of bushings that you need for any jet turbine engine just to operate. So the exorbitant cost due to DoD only buying commercial parts from the OEMs, which is essentially sole source, is literally driving us out of business. I mean, the interest on our debt alone is now exceeding, for the first time in American history, the entire defense budget. We can't afford it anymore.
Bingo. People do not want to see their tax money go to wars in other countries that they cannot even point out on a map when we have homeless people shooting up fentanyl on the streets. And everybody's talking about Israel or Palestine, not even realizing that it's another divide and conquer tactic. I'm team no World War III. How about that? I'm team no World War III. Let's help the homeless people here in America with our American tax dollars. Also, why are we expected to give more money to a government?
It's kind of difficult because the world is all together and all separated in the same time. How can I explain that? But what's happened there are affecting United States, are affecting Russia, are affecting China, are affecting all the world. That's why all the world has their eyes there, you know. And guys, don't get me wrong here. Maybe what's happened there is to hide something else. We don't know. We are just a normal people. Normal people know nothing. We have no power, we have no money, we have no nothing. We are just rats in a lab for the real rich people. It sounds like conspiracy or something like that, but it's just the world, you know. They live in another video game. We live in a Atari, and they live in a PS5, in a PC game. So yeah, the world is kind of fucked.
That's been proven to be bad with money.
And don't get me wrong again. We'll be always fucked.
What other entity gets that privilege? If I was a person or any other entity and I walked into a bank with the spending habits that America has, they would laugh me out of the room. But us as Americans who go to work every day are just expected to give them more money when they've proven to be bad with money.
What needs to be happening here is that black Americans and white Americans and Latino Americans are all getting together and saying, we're fucking Americans and you're not gonna fuck with us. If they're Americans and you come here from your shithole country and you fuck with us, you're gonna be dealt with. That needs to be the policy. Running up and down the streets, punching people, fucking doing whatever the fuck they want, beating up the cops, flipping the cops off. They divided us intentionally in 2020 so that this exact unity wouldn't happen when they did this shit. People are starting to figure it out. I love it, dude. I love it. People are starting to get it. It's Americans and then it's other people. It's not black, it's not white, it's not gay, it's not straight, it's Americans and then it's other people.
Exactly. Americans have fallen victim to comfort due to materialism and the idea that tolerance is...
It's kind of extreme to that, you know. I get the point. We are Americans and we are together. I said that in the beginning of the video. Yeah, here in Brazil, I have the same philosophy. We are Brazilians and we fight together. We are not doing that. We are very polarized over here. But to say we are Americans and fuck them, it's kind of rush because who are trying to fuck or anything like that, you know. It's kind of extreme too. I don't like the part of be extreme. It be very very far to anything, you know. To me, I'm just nobody, okay? But yeah, to me, it's united people can conquer their own country.
It's a virtue. And so now we've gotten to the point where we're
Because today Brazilians don't have their own country, you know.
tolerate anything as long as there's some level of comfort. The rich know that in tough times, people need someone to blame. And so Americans have been divided into so many subcategories that we forgot that we all Americans. Our government is supposed to work for the people, but they're being bought out by rich lobbyists who influence their decisions based on campaign donations. And we don't even notice that we all getting bent over because everybody's blaming their hardship on the opposing group. We got to remember that white Americans are the same people that damn near overthrew a government over a 2% tax. American black people are the same people that endured through slavery, built black Wall Streets, and were the highest married demographic up until the 60s. It's almost as if we've forgotten who we are and the types of people that our ancestors had to be to get us to this point. The companies that are in power and our current government's worst nightmare is for Americans to remember who we are and who we came from. We've become tolerant of treatment that our ancestors would never allow. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or an L, and give me the HBO special as a help brother out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.
Damn, he speaks very fast. Because I put 1.5, 1.25. Yeah, guys, that was a video. That was my thoughts about that. It's kind of insane. The word is fucking. But yeah. In the same time, we are living longer than we have been living. So yeah, it's not there is today, but to live today is not that bad too. The word is fuck it, but we are living good. How can I say that? We are living good, we have medicine, we have a lot of things. We can live comfortable until 70, 80, you know. In past generation, that won't be the case. But yeah, wouldn't be the case. But yeah. Sorry about the English, sometimes English is just difficult to me. But see you guys in the next video.